Welcome back to the iWealth podcast. I'm with Shawn Pomeroy from the Waseca iWealth office, a financial advisor, longtime good financial advisor. Shawn, S&P is pretty close to a high. These markets, we just got through 2023. Do you have a thought? You have some thoughts on kind of what to do and where things are? I mean, we don't have maybe you have a crystal ball, but I don't. But do you have some thoughts about the S&P 500 and kind of where we're at?
Sure. I've had a bunch of questions lately about, when do we hit that all-time high again? We got really close into 2023. First week or so of 2024, we've had a little bit of extra trading activity and brought us down a little bit. There is not a crystal ball. But what I do think we can look at is, if the S&P started back in the 50s, it took a long time for it to even get to 500
Sure.
as a scale. Somewhere in the mid-90s. And then all of a sudden now we're, a few years later and we're at, 4,000, almost 5,000. It's going to get there, but we don't know whether it's tomorrow or months from now.
Right.
But it's there. It's right. It's bouncing into that ceiling, I think.
What does that mean? So you take your 65-year-old client and the S&P hitting highs or getting closer. I mean, what does it mean to them? Well, how does that translate into them or their plan, or how does it affect them?
I think it's similar to do we watch the news and do we watch the sports and we catch a couple snippets there? It's something to talk about because most people are not invested in the S&P 500. Their whole portfolio isn't wrapped up in that, so they're not really waiting for the news to come out that day and knowing whether they're up or down. It's a component. It's the companies that are inside of that are in a lot of different mutual funds and in a lot of different places. So I think it's conversational as much as anything.
It's psychology.
It gives us a barometer for what's going on.
Yeah. The S&P 500 is 500 large company stocks in the United States, and it's just one of those barometers, as you said, Shawn.
And we've seen lately heavily weighted, the performance is heavily weighted to just a few of them.
Yeah. So. And I totally agree. There's going to be another high. In the Dow and the NASDAQ and the S&P is close. It always happens. The question is when. Is it 30 years from now? Is it 30 days from now? Like when are we going to hit an all-time high, from that standpoint? But yeah, it's great to talk about this because people do talk, stand around a water cooler and talk about their performance or what about the markets and things like that. So I thought it'd be good to get your opinion on it today. So
my pleasure.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.